Yeah. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another great episode of the JCA Sports Podcast. I am Eric Avila here. Looks like I'm riding solo dolo for the moment, but hopefully the boys will join me soon as we have another great episode for you guys. I'm Eric Avila here, the JCA Sports Podcast, under the John Konavi Facebook page, and also the Star 6 Media Productions as well. Guys, we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, there's only one thing to talk about, but it's a lot to talk about, right? I am going to put the link on the comment section for you guys to join us. It is going to be a doozy. I really want everybody to hop on and talk about this upcoming weekend. How confident you guys feel? How comfortable? How confident? Are you guys excited? Are you guys weary? I mean, I want to know what you guys feel. I want to know what you guys think. CP already on the comments. What's up, CP, my boy? Thank you for hopping on. Our true guy right there in CP. As you guys can see, the link is on the comment section right there. So join us if you guys want to hop on. We got a lot to talk about. There's only one thing to talk about, and that is the Chicago Bears and our lovely, beloved Chicago Bears. Hop on the comments, hop on the link, join me as we got a great show for you guys today. Yeah, well, we didn't have a reaction show on Monday, as you guys see for Big League Chicago, but that's okay. We'll be just fine. We'll pass that. We know what happened on Sunday at the lakefront against the Green Bay Packers, and it was just a shit show and a half. But let's get over that. Let's look what we got coming up. And that's week 2 for the Chicago Bears against the Tampa Bay Bucks, the Bears' first road trip of the season. And it's going to be a steamy one, and it's going to be a hot one. Speaking of steamy and hot, I don't think that was a great segue right there. I don't think that was a great segue whatsoever.
That's
CP, what's
one.
up, my boy?
What's good, man? What's good? That's one hell of a segue, but I'll take it.
I mean, hey, it kind of felt right with saying it, but then after I said it, I'm like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe that wasn't the one. But it fits, right? It fits.
It's
No?
perfect.
Perfect. All right, I love to hear that. CP, we're here. We're talking about Bears Bucks on Sunday. First true, well, I can't say true road test, but the first road test for our beloved Chicago Bears on Sunday, man. And quite frankly, man, there's a lot of question marks about our Chicago Bears this upcoming weekend, man. Are you worried? And is this also the first question tonight? Is this a must win for the Chicago Bears this weekend?
Well, to start off, yes, it is. Like starting off 0-2 would be such a damper, man. And with how they looked, I mean, because that's got to be a confidence killer. You came in with all this excitement. The Aaron Rodgers era is supposed to be over. And you're thinking we're going to take over the North, and then to just go down to Green Bay like that, it just gives you that feeling like, damn, is this the same thing over and over? Like, is this the same thing we've been through? Like, are we really going to go through this again? It starts to get in your head, and I think it messes with your play, as you kind of saw in that first game with some of the players, specifically like Chase Claypool. Like, you got to build a winning culture, you know what I'm saying? So it's difficult, and the Bucks looked really good against Minnesota, bro. I mean, Justin Jefferson still had a hell of a game, but he's Justin Jefferson. So, but that Bucks defense looked really good, besides containing Jefferson. And now, how am I supposed to be confident in the Bears? Because I mean, the Packers defense looked good, but like, I mean, the Bears kind of made it easy for them. To be
Yeah.
honest, like I don't know what to expect here, but I'm still expecting the Bucks to, because we all picked the Bears to win this Bucks game, didn't we?
We I don't think I did. I don't remember. I know. I think my concern with this upcoming weekend, obviously, and there was a few of them. I think this one there was no, this one wasn't, but there was 4 games in my mind that I knew was going to be kind of difficult for the Chicago Bears even before they got Yannick Ngakoue, and that was the trip to Tampa, which was kind of a difficult one, simply because of dude, it's going to be hot, it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
humid, it's going to be bad, and most teams that definitely that come up north from the East Coast and up here in the Midwest to go down south at this time of the year with the humidity, it's it sets up for disaster. I mean, perfect example. I mean, obviously, I'm comparing, two different teams, but look at last year between the first game between the Bills and the Dolphins there early in the season and how gassed, the Buffalo Bills look at the end of the game. And in Miami they have that stadium where the sun is just only on them, only on the road team, and then the home team is on the shade. But even with all of that being said, it was still gonna be a tough matchup no matter what. And you're absolutely right. CP, you said going down 0-2 is just a momentum killer, and especially all the hype, bro, that we were talking about, leading up to the last week's game and leading up to the Packers game. We were just talking all this smack, new time, new era, new no more Aaron Rodgers, and it just felt like Aaron Rodgers just gave part ownership to Jordan Love. And like, here, bro, here's a stake. Here's a stock on the Bears ownership right there. Here is this and here is that, bro. And it looked like he never left. It's just Aaron Rodgers in a whole different body, bro.
But to be honest, it says that loss says I think it said more about the Bears than it did about the Packers. I think because it's not like Jordan Love. I think we mostly got outcoached that game. Jordan Love, like he took what was given to him. I'll give him credit for that. And
Yeah,
he
100%.
like because like I said, all he had was Romeo Dobbs. Christian Watson was out. Like he really don't have that many weapons, bro. So they utilized Aaron Jones, like the one weapon that they do have. They utilized them. They did.
And
They
they use
played
him perfectly.
right. They played to their strengths. Where I feel like the Bears were just trying to make way too much happen. And first of all, Justin Fields was once again running for his life, bro, and that is not a good sign. And it's not gonna like against this Tampa Bay front line, bro. It's gonna be even worse. Vita Vea, Pierre Paul, bro. Like it's gonna get Levante David. Like I feel like this Bucks defense is a lot more dangerous than that Green Bay defense, and I feel like we could see a repeat of what happened last week, and that's Justin Fields running for his life.
Yeah, that's 100%. Let's go to the comments real quick. And we have Johnny P. Johnny Pelayo said, "What's up, Toxicos?" Yeah, I mean, the toxic one in that comment was you, my friend. And there ain't no toxicity over here between me and CP. That's for damn sure.
This is all your
They're
fault.
down real bad. That's his comment right here. And then Bobby, what's going on, Bobby? He goes, "It is evident that by the play calls, they don't trust Fields. Plus, Justin self-inflicts this too by not processing his reads instead of falls back and on his checkdowns." Obviously, there was a lot, right? It looked like the offense was just going sideways. It felt like it was just Matt Nagy all over again. Like in the few times that
That's what I saw.
he did go downfield. Remind you, it was a pick and also a touchdown on top of that too as well. Nothing was past 5 yards. It felt like we were watching Mr. Trubisky as a quarterback once again, in the Bears right there as a quarterback, and it's hard for me to say, but it's really really true. And we all, I think as a whole, as Bears fans, I think for once we finally felt a quarterback was here for the taking, and we finally got ourselves a quarterback, and the potential was there for Justin Fields. But as Bobby said too right there, as he alluded to right here, he says, plus Justin Fields self-inflicts this too by not processing his read, instead falls back on his checkdowns, right? And in his first line, it's evident that by the play calls, they do not trust Justin Fields. And honestly, I was going to save this little question, for a little later on, but I might as well bring it up right now. After what we saw on Sunday, after seeing Justin Fields for about what 2.5 seasons now, 2.5 years, including Matt Nagy. If you want to, if you want, and I got my own opinion on that one. I'm gonna give that one a little later on too. But a whole year, whatever you want to call it, under Matt Nagy, a whole year last year under Matt Eberflus, and how bad that was, and you give or take what it is, and how badly he started off this season. Is there some trust issues now with Justin Fields as a Bears fan? As him being your QB1?
Trust issues. I don't know if I've reached that level yet because I still saw the flashes, even though they only scored 20 points. I still saw flashes of what the Bears are capable of. It's just Luke Getsy really confuses me sometimes. Like I feel like he makes Justin Fields' job harder sometimes. That's basically what I'm seeing. Like Why is Justin Fields not taking these eat what's given to him? Why is he not taking these? I feel like Luke Getsy is trying to like make Justin Fields be Josh Allen. Like I feel like that's what we're seeing out there, and that's where the interceptions and the incompetence is coming from. Is that Justin Fields is trying to be the superstar he doesn't need to be. Like, bro, we don't need you to be Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. Like,
No, I
like
hear you. I hear you.
do you like use what makes you who you are, and that's your legs. Like scare these teams with your legs like you did last year. We're not saying run it on every play, but like you got to take what's given to you. You got to stop trying to like. Yes, you added DJ Moore. You got your downfield weapon now, but things aren't going to change. You're still not. You're not the Kansas City Chiefs. You're not the Buffalo Bills. You're the Chicago Bears, and you have to build a winning culture. And it starts with taking what's given to you instead of like forcing things and just you don't automatically become a winning team out of nowhere. The Chiefs were a winning team before Patrick Mahomes got there. Like you have to build from scratch and stop trying to like just magically turn into this awesome high scoring team. Like it doesn't work that way. And I think that's what the issue is here. You could put some blame on Fields, but I'm also putting blame on the coaching staff. Matt Eberflus, Luke Getsy. Y'all have to make his job easier considering what you saw from that O line. What the Jets do, they made Zach Wilson's job easier on this past Monday. Yeah, the defense chipped in too, but hey, we saw a lot of Brees Hall and we saw a lot of Dalvin Cook. So I
Yeah.
feel like we need to see more of these running backs. And it I won't be able to trust like Justin Fields. I'm not gonna say I don't trust him, but I won't be able to trust him fully until they make his job easier. And then if he's still screwing up, then you start asking questions like, okay, maybe Justin Fields isn't that guy. But I'm not gonna put like the full blame on him just yet.
I mean, all valid points, right? I mean, everything that you said, it's all valid points, and even on top of that, I mean, it was a kid that we seen in Ohio State that it's not the mirror image. It's not the same Ohio State guy. Now, granted, college students, he was playing against accountants up in the secondary, or whatnot. But even with that, even with that being said, CP, it's starting to me. I'm starting to feel that I'm having trust issues of Justin Fields and being that quarterback. Now, granted, we seen flashes for a period of time last season, especially in that middle of the stretch during that losing streak when it was in the very beginning. He's shown flashes and obviously he has exciting plays in him, and that's never been a doubt. But it's for him to be a complete quarterback. I don't think we've even come close to seeing that, right? I don't think we've even
Mm-mm.
realize
No.
what a true quarterback really looks like. Oh, because all we see in Justin Fields is a great runner and a great athlete, and we saw that time and time again all last season and all last year in flashes on Sunday. But now that he has his QB or his wide receiver one, now that he has somewhat of a decent offensive line, right? Somewhat decent. I think they just need to get a little bit healthy, but that's another story for another day. Now that the relation that he had with Darnell Mooney, obviously he's the one guy that he trusted because he was there from the very beginning, and whatever he did with Cole Kmet last season. All of that being said, man, it just I still see him what right here, and I like what Uncle Day Day says. He has PTSD. They set him up for failure to play calling whatever that never changed the rhythm of the defensive line. And I think he has PTSD from the very beginning, from Matt Nagy's era, right? They
Yeah.
never really protected him. We all remember that first game that he had against the Cleveland Browns. I think
Oh.
all of us will never forget that game. Like he almost legit, I mean, not legitimately died, but in football standards playing, like he
He
died.
put in the wheelchair, Andrew Luck style.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. But even then, still no little progress here and there. Very little progress last season as a throwing quarterback. And I think that's where my trust issues starting to believe. Like I don't want to say this. I really don't want to say this, but it's starting to feel very Mitchell Trubisky esque of a guy that can't really throw downfield, a guy that really can't read the defense, a guy that can't find an open man downfield. Like I don't know about you, but I see the all 22 every once. I only see the Bears all 22. I don't need to see everybody else, but there's times where Justin Fields kind of like just says, "Screw it, I'm doing whatever I can," and that's what puts the Bears in danger, right? Of him not reading the defense correctly, of him not finding a player deep down. There's been plenty of times, and obviously you guys can say the O line this, the O line that, the O line this, and I get that 110%. You guys are absolutely right, but then most of the times that the pressure does happen, it's that Justin Fields doesn't let go of the ball quickly enough. And I'm seeing a guy that, well, he throws the ball sideways and checkdowns pretty well. But when it comes 5, 10, 15 yards down the field, it's hit and miss with Justin Fields. And it's starting to scare me to the point where CP, I hate saying this and I don't want it because I really do like this. I like this kid more than I ever liked Mitchell Trubisky. And I'm saying that right now. But it's slowly getting there that he can't play the quarterback position because he struggles to find the plays downfield. As much as that hurts me to say it,
Damn, we
but
ready to say
it's
that
getting there
after
for me,
one
bro. It's
game?
getting there for me.
After one game?
And it's not just one game, CP. It's what, a season and a half, right? Maybe give or take whatever
With
you
the
want to
true
grab from.
roster, with the almost true roster though, like we give him the benefit of that, like because if this season looks like last year's season, then yeah, it'll be no more excuses, and then like you can say all this stuff you want by week 14 if you want, but I'm not ready to say Justin Fields can't play the QB position after 1 week, one bad loss at Green Bay. This embarrassment was as a whole. This wasn't just Justin
100%.
Fields,
100%.
like from the coaches to the players. Like I said, we got players like Claypool that's not even like really interested in the game. Like that whole winning culture thing is real, bro, and it can have an effect on your whole team,
And I agree with
including
you.
your star players, including your quarterback. So what if? Because I feel like if Justin Fields was in San Francisco, we definitely wouldn't be saying this. If he was anywhere else, I don't feel like we would be saying this.
No, you're definitely right. You're CP. You're definitely right on that point, bro. But it's just it's either one of two ways, right? It's either what I'm believing and what I'm seeing in Justin Fields, or it's what John's saying here. The Bears organization is proving they cannot develop a quarterback once again,
He's right. That's what
and
I'm
he's right.
seeing
And
here. That's
that's
exactly
another
what we're
factor
seeing
too.
here. Like I saw
Yeah,
somebody say it earlier, like if Patrick Mahomes went to the Bears, we would have ruined him. He would not be what he is today.
I 100% agree with you. Let's continue down to the comments right here. Bobby once again pops in. I was saying the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. Nathaniel Hackett, excuse me, Nathaniel Hackett from the Jets and Getsy are best friends. Take notice how both games are similarly play calling with the Jets and Bears. It's known they don't trust Zach, so we saw a similar game plan with Fields.
So
Yes,
is he saying the play
if you,
calling they don't trust Justin Fields?
I personally don't feel like they do. Like I'm starting to believe like they don't. And granted, yes, in New York, you have better players offensive wise, right? You have a better
Mm-hmm.
offensive line. You have probably better wide receivers out there too as well down in New York, right? But I think in Zach Wilson's case, him being a quarterback longer than Justin Fields, I think this is where I'm giving Justin Fields just a little bit of a break. We know what Zach Wilson is. We're still kind of on the fence on where Justin Fields is. And I think we're on that fence where we're teeter-tottering back and forth whether he's really, really good or he's not really, really good. You know what I mean?
And it scares me because I don't know if we're gonna ever find that out if he as long as he's in Chicago.
Eh, I think we can, in a way, sort of, kind of. I think there's a possibility. Yes, you're gonna have all this pressure. Yes, you're gonna see a lot of different things, and yes, there's gonna be moments where the offensive line fails you, right? But then again, like I said, there's also moments where we see that Justin Fields kind of fails himself in some aspects point of the game. And the perfect example after week one, the sack that he took from the rookie Luke Van Grass or whatever his name is, like that one is mainly more on Justin Fields. Instead of him throwing the ball away, he tried to make something out of nothing,
Mm,
and then it was another big sack on that one. Bobby goes
was
on.
that?
What does that mean? What does that say? No trust, and that's absolutely true. Going back on his comment that they saw a similar game plan between um, between Getsy and also Nathaniel Hackett. My boy Caesar, what's up, man? It was honestly that bad. It was that bad, honestly, but I'll give him till week 4. And see, that's the crazy part about this too, giving it to week 4, because going down this week, you know what's coming next week, right? Another road trip game against Kansas City in Kansas City. And we're not going to see the same Kansas City team that we saw
Start
week 1
0-4.
on Thursday. You know
Oh
what I mean?
man,
And even with the depleted offense, they still have literally the best quarterback in the game right now for the next several years in Patrick Mahomes.
and Chris
So,
Jones is back, so
and exactly, and they just re-signed Chris Jones too as well. So imagine him how he's going to be feeding on
he's
the
gonna
Chicago
be
Bears
ready.
offensive line. It's crazy. Sam, what's going on, Sam? He said he trusts Fields, but he doesn't trust the Bears to develop him correctly.
I agree,
That's what Sam
Sam.
said. And there's a lot of, yeah, and of course, and there's a lot of blame to be going around, to be thrown around everywhere, right? From Dude, this could be starting from Matt Nagy, right? Matt Nagy was the guy that drafted him. So we're going far down from Matt Nagy down to what Ryan Poles is doing from last year and setting up a bad offensive line, bad offensive team around him, bad this and bad that. With Luke Getsy too last year, and heading on this year too as well. It is a lot of it's a lot of game. It's a lot of video that you have on Justin Fields that you know what kind of quarterback that he is. But at the same time, you look at it, but there's really not that much. There's not a lot of video on him on what he could potentially be. And this is true right here. What Sam said and what John said earlier too was one of the comments that it's proven once again that the Bears cannot develop a quarterback once again. But you can kind of see in the game plan. Let's go back how I'm sort of kind of similar, almost close to compare him to Mitch. How the first 10, 15 plays of the offensive game plan was scripted for Mitchell Trubisky to be part of this game, to be part of the game plan. The first 10 to 15 plays were scripted for him because those were the 10 or 15 plays that he knew and understand and picked up quickly for him to kind of sort of succeed. And after that, it was just the same old bullshit that we saw from Matt Nagy and Mitchell Trubisky. That's where I'm starting to see all over again. It's the same checkdowns, it's the same side passes, it's the same run plays. The one play that pissed me off the most, if we're going back on Sunday, was the first drive that we're on 3rd and short, and you're doing a sneak with Cole Kmet on 3rd and short, and then you do it again
Yeah,
with Justin Fields on 4th and short. I
that
think
was
to me
so dumb.
that was my start of like, yeah, this is going to be a bad game, and nothing really went forward
A
after
sign
that.
of bad things to come, really.
It really was. It really was. Josh going to say, hey, fellas, what's up, Josh? What's going on, guys? And guys, I appreciate you guys, Sam, Josh, CPU around here, John, Bobby, everybody that's on here. Thank you very much for joining us on the comments, guys. If you are interested to hop on our comment section, the link is right there on the comments. If you guys want to join us to talk about this too as well, obviously, if you guys feel comfortable on the comments, that's great too as well here on the JCA Sports Podcast. As we're talking about, I mean, there's only one thing to talk about, and that is the Chicago Bears, and preview to week 2 against the Tampa Bay Bucks, previewing for this game, and having another questions here too as well. So here we go, Sam. Also, here's a hot take. You got a hot take. Sam has a hot take. Hot take. Matt Nagy was simply a scapegoat. It is a total organization failure from top to bottom, a complete and inept group of executives that cannot do the job. I hope Kevin Warren can change this, but why should I believe that it will change? They need to prove it to me before I believe anything. Is that really a hot take,
Yeah, but I
CP?
say that's not really a
I
hot
don't, I
take.
don't think that's a hot take.
We all know that.
Yeah. I honestly don't think it's a hot take. I think it's a Chicago take, a super Chicago take. I
Yeah,
think
a lot of
a take.
Chicago fans would say that.
Exactly. I think, and it's just one of those situations where it's just like, nah, bro. This it's just a regular, normal Chicago take. That's all it is at the end of the day. And whether the Nagy part, I don't think Nagy was a scapegoat. I think we even saw it before Justin Fields even came here. That whatever happened to Mitchell Trubisky might happen to Mitchell Trubisky. And again, to go back on this, and I'll forever go back on this until the Chicago Bears find a quarterback. But I will forever, be on this hill and die on this hill, solo dolo. But I really do believe Deshaun Watson should have been Bears quarterback before Patrick Mahomes. I know the situations now. Everything's different. We know what happened, give or take. But at that moment in 20, what was it, 2017, 2016, 2017, whatever the year it was, Deshaun Watson was already the ready-made quarterback. And yes, John Fox would have been his head coach at that time. But if John Fox could take Jake Delhomme into it, and I get it, there was just a whole hobgoblin of mess over there with John Fox not being Ryan Pace's guy and all of this and all of that. And I get it was a hot garbage, but I promise you that I will die on this hill that Deshaun Watson should have been a Chicago Bear and should have been a Chicago Bears quarterback. But I'm gonna leave that part.
But we didn't. So we got
I know, but
Justin
we did. We
Fields.
got Mr. Trubisky.
This is them making up for the Deshaun Watson thing, because I'm sure. I mean, they probably wouldn't tell you, but in the back of their minds, they agree with you, Eric. They should have drafted Deshaun Watson, but they didn't. And
Yeah,
Justin Fields was obviously a way to make up for that, because
yeah,
a lot of people were probably thinking, hey, they might trade up for Mac Jones, because that's the type of thing the Bears would do. Just grab Mac Jones and try to think, like, just pull another Mitchell Trubisky, right? But they saw how much criticism they suffered over missing out on Deshaun Watson for Mitchell Trubisky. So you think they want to do it with, maybe Justin Fields and Mac Jones we might have the same situation here, you know?
yeah.
So
And again, they also traded up from like the 20th pick or the 21st or whatever to like the top. The what is it? What do you fall to? Number 12, I think they took
11,
that year.
12, 12.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I mean, hey, it was one of the quarterbacks. If not, they would have been stuck with Zach Wilson. That ended up being traded. Uh, that ended up being falling that far behind. But no, not Zach Wilson. What's the other guy? Was it Jordan Love? Is it Jordan Love the same year too?
What? At
I
the
don't
end of the
remember.
first one?
Something like that. Some similar, something around there. What we're saying is kind of right. Um, but yeah, no, I think Justin Fields honestly is giving me trust issues that he could be QB1. I think Justin Fields, even though it's week one, but it's more than just week one. Even with a bad team, I mean, you can still show some faith or some confidence throwing it downfield, whether the case is or not, whatever it is. I just don't see it. I just really hope we see a different week two from the Chicago Bears to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But it's gonna be really tough, man. It's really gonna be tough going down to that environment. Another thing about week one that we all had questions about too, CP, is was the week one performance from the Chicago Bears overall a a I guess a note that you should kind of take preseason serious, right? We know they didn't play week two against the Indianapolis Colts down there because it wasn't right or whatever, all these injuries and whatnot. But even with all the injuries, even with all this, I mean, it was still a way for to you to get in football shape. And I know a lot of teams like to take the first 4 weeks, like almost like an extended preseason. But seeing what we saw, man, shouldn't now the Bears or any team consider of taking preseason? If you're not a winning organization, let me put that out there. If you're not a winning organization, should you take preseason serious so you won't have a debacle like the Bears did week one?
I mean, you can say that, but I don't think it honestly would have made a difference, because I think I seen enough of the Bears in the preseason. I mean, they played the third and final game. They played like a first half, right?
Yeah, but I mean, but they looked like a team that was disoriented, bro. We saw, like we said, we saw it at the
Right, and they
pre-dubs for
looked
your draft.
disoriented in week one. The Steelers looked amazing in the preseason, and they caught a beat down week one. It's like
Yeah,
sometimes you just get humble. So I look at preseason as a way to like build chemistry with your like whatever new teammates you might have, or whatever new play caller you got to deal with. But as far as like taking it serious, like we got to beat these guys, we got to beat these guys. Like I look at it as just like a way to get yourself like revved up for the
yeah.
for your first game. And I don't think the Bears like playing more like would have made a difference, because I didn't see a team that looked like unprepared out there, but more a team that just pretty
Oh,
much
they
got
were unprepared, CP. They were
like,
unprepared week one, bro.
because I saw flashes like there were multiple chances where the Bears could like get something going and try to make it a game, but like the Packers would always squash it. And like, I just feel like they just simply got out coached. You know, like, and
Yeah, yeah.
they went in there all pumped up, talking crazy, and they got hit in the mouth. That That's all it was. Hopefully, that humbled them, and they come into week 2 more ready. And if we see the same thing we saw last week, then yeah, we're in for a roller coaster of a season.
Yeah, that's something I don't want to see, man. That's something that I wish the Bears were ready to come, the outcome of the Chicago Bears, just to become prepared. Because we all know, we've been knowing. How long have we known that the Bears will face against the Packers week one? Back in like what,
For
May?
months, we've learned for months, bro.
Yes. So for them not to be ready for this game is just baffling. It's mind boggling to me that they weren't ready and weren't prepared. And there was a lot of like conversations that, Nate Davis not practicing, the offense looking bad. Like there was just all these reports coming out that the Bears didn't look right, and that's what we got that influence on how we seen week one. Week two is coming up now. They have another week of preparation. Obviously, injury reports came out today. I really haven't seen the injury report like that, but it's crazy to me to say that them not being prepared in the preseason is the reason why. I honestly do believe the reason why they weren't prepared for week one is because they lollygagged throughout the whole entire preseason.
But didn't a lot of teams lollygag through the preseason? They
Well,
look
I
pretty
mean,
good.
most of the teams that did, I mean, think about it. It's winning organizations. I mean, the Jacksonville
Oh,
Jaguars, they're not a
well,
winning
there you go.
organization, but they have already a quarterback that's more well established, right? And it's those teams that have a kind of a well establishment that kind of lollygag through the preseason. But a team like Justin Fields, who is still raw in many occasions, is getting a new offensive line, a new offensive weapon. It's evident that he needs to have more time on the field because that year one, man, we've made so much excuses for him because of his Matt Nagy and it was his last year, similar to Mitch. We year two, new offense, new this, new that, no weapons whatsoever. It was kind of a pass. There's no more passes, bro. He already has
You're
2 years
right.
straight of passes.
I'm with you. Just
It's
not
just,
after week 1.
no, it just we're in Chicago, bro. We need this. We need to step up our level right here. And this is a big market team. And we've always said it, even when it comes to the White Sox. We say we're hey, and the Chicago Cubs and the Bulls and the Bears and everything that any team that has the name Chicago before their mascot's name, we're saying this is a big boy town. We need to act like big boys. And if you can't come up to the heat and you can't handle the heat, then this is just not for you. And speaking of heat, this next question is serious, man. Like, when will Matt Eberflus be on the hot seat? Because to to be completely honest with you, CP, if the Bears have another stinker this Sunday and lose and go 0-2, and like I said, they have the Kansas City Chiefs the following week after that.
Oh, and
Their
3.
next game is against the Denver Broncos at home, and the Denver Broncos had a interesting first game where they may look as deadly or not deadly. I can't say deadly. Let me
Oh
take that
no,
back.
definitely not deadly.
Definitely not deadly. Let me take that back. But they look a more somewhat competent offense for that Bears defense for them to kind of dissect the Bears defense because of Russell Wilson and the little weapons that they have. So mind you, if the Bears have another stinker like they did last week, is or will Matt Eberflus be on the hot seat again after if they have a performance week two?
If they have another bad performance,
Yep.
I would like to say because obviously nobody thinks the Bears are going to beat the Chiefs next week. Like I just don't see no way
So
that
that's only
happens.
three.
Right, and like I said, this like I liked what I saw from the Buccaneers in week 1. Like, granted, I know it was against the Vikings who can be up and down. Like
Yep.
Baker Mayfield, he looked pretty confident out there. And like I said, the Bucks defense was no joke. Like they kept that Vikings offense in check. So
Yep.
I'm not gonna be like throw him. But if they go into week 4, and like I said, Denver, they look the same way they did last year against the Raiders, bro. If the Bears can't go in there, it's a home game. Yeah, you're 0-3, you're desperate. If you go in there and you lose to Denver, like this version of Russell Wilson and the Broncos, I don't know if Matt Eberflus even makes it through this season. I don't even know if he makes it past week 8, to be honest. It wouldn't surprise me if the Bears like get frustrated over all these L's. Let's say they start like 1-7 or something, or 2-6. Yeah, Matt Eberflus will not make it through the rest of this year. I just don't see how. After everything you done in this offseason,
Mm-hmm.
and you show these same results as last year, like
Mm-hmm.
this is supposed to
Players
be
not
a
showing up.
much better roster. In
Mm-hmm.
everybody's eyes, the media, everyone has said it. This should be a much better roster. Like there's no excuses now. If you come out and you lay an egg again, like who you think they're going to look at? They're not going to look at their quarterback that they drafted in the first round just yet. People like to
Well, it's
give
not
their
even their
first
quarterback. Remember that.
right. People like to give their first round draft picks, a lot of leeway. I mean,
It's just a little too much. Yep.
yeah, so all eyes are going to be on him, to be honest. If the Bears continue to struggle and they have a bad year, yeah, no way Matt Eberflus makes it through this year.
On a hypothetical, man, look, if they go 0-3 against the Chiefs, they got the Broncos at home, they got the Commanders away, then they got the Vikings and the Raiders at home for the following weeks.
A lot of winnable games, though, I feel like.
I mean, definitely winnable games, but will they get a win, bro? We're already about to approach 11 months since the last Bears victory.
I
11
probably.
months.
I probably would feel better if the Bears didn't lose. If they lost to the Packers by like a field goal, I probably feel a lot better. But the fashion and way we lost, like it was just like we got made like a little league team, like a team that just didn't belong,
100%. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. We could very well, even though we consider, Commanders, Vikings, Broncos, Raiders, we consider those to be wins, but with how little league we be looking, like we can't say, like it wouldn't surprise me if we start 2-5 or 3-6 against these bad teams, just because of how we look compared to other organizations.
You're right. I think if we would have lost by a field goal and if it was a lot closer game, we'd have felt a little better, bro. But unfortunately, it wasn't. It wasn't like that. And now we're facing this. We're coming up to this week, demoralized, little lost the hope. Honestly, a lot of question marks about our football team to the point where we're considering or we're thinking about already going to next week. All right, we're gonna be down 0-3 if we don't win. Like that's the state that we're at, and it's so
Yeah,
sad that we're in this position because I felt like the Packers game week one felt like two losses instead of one.
literally.
And it felt like two losses because it was a loss on the loss column, but it was also a loss in our souls, in our hearts. You know what I mean? And it's those situations to where it's just kind of like, damn, bro, like now you're thinking to your head like, damn it, the Bears lose against the Bucks, right? And John had a question. John had a question that I kind of want to bring up a little bit. Hold on, let me look at it real quick. John did have a good question, or not a question, but I guess you could say a question, right? Because that's how he stated it. Do. Is Baker really going to look better quarterback than Justin Fields? Is he?
He has the better O line,
He
better
has better
weapons.
weapons. He has a decent running game. We don't know what we're going to get from our Chicago Bears this week. Last week when I was watching the game, I was telling Jose, I don't have a good feeling about this game. I don't, and I didn't, and I was right. And I will always say I would love to be proven wrong than to be right. And I think that's everybody when it comes to their teams. But man, again, I think I'm so demoralized about our Chicago Bears that I'm not going into this week confident, bro. I'm not. Like I don't
Mm-mm.
think anybody is. And if you are feeling
How
confident
can
and
you?
you are feeling optimistic about our Chicago Bears, bro, spread that to everybody because we want to
Share.
know why you feeling this optimistic. Why are you feeling this thing? And Tony, what's going on, Tony? He says the coaching staff lost the game.
I said that, Tony.
It's the coaching staff. Hell, even the players. I mean, the effort was supposedly wasn't out there. Dude, like I saw Chase Claypool over there, not showing no type of effort whatsoever. Dude
He's
got
not
two.
even trying to block
He's
Eric.
not
Like
even
they're
trying on a
trying to get the
contract
running game going.
either. Like,
He's not even trying. St. Brown is probably one of the best blocking receivers you'll see. And like him not being out there, you can tell the difference like between him and Claypool on the blocking side. Like there was literally no effort there, and now they're literally talking about sitting him. There's nothing wrong with him; he's completely
no,
healthy, and
yeah,
they're sitting him because of effort. Why are we talking about effort issues in week one.
And a year that on a year that you are in your contract year, you're looking for a contract. You're looking to get your first contract, and you're doing this. I mean, hell, Tony, you're right. I mean, it could be the coaching staff that lost us the game, 100%. I mean, hell, and you and I both know this, Tony, that it is, down to the coaching to get us prepared to get us there, and then it's also down to the players for the execution. And to the point where I think I think for the first time, we all kind of feel like the blame is legit 50-50 or 55-45, depending on what side you want to blame, the players or the coaches. And I think everybody's kind of blaming the coaches before the players. But now, man, this is a very dark place for us Bear fans to be in. It just only 1 week after the NFL season starting, how dark of a hole we are in, because we are legitimately going to think about facing 0-3 for our Chicago Bears.
Like, if you're Matt Eberflus, what do you even say to the team after a loss like that? After the Aaron Rodgers era was supposed to be over, what are you saying to them in the locker room? Do you think this could be a wake up call for the Buccaneers? Maybe it's a big
I
slap in
hope
the
so.
face to get them going.
I hope so, because I don't even know what next week's show is going to be like if they go 0-2,
Oh my lord!
especially when you have the
Show
Kansas City
cancel.
Chiefs and you're going on the road to play against them, who are looking to be healthy and have their team back by the time you play against them in week 3. He's like, yeah, but the plays they call 100%, 100%. And if we had a smarter or not a smarter, let me phrase this, but if we have a quarterback that kind of knows what the hell he was doing, and they gave him the liberty to check away from the play calls and call up a different play because of what he sees on the defense, maybe that would also been a little bit more helpful too as well. Again, it comes down to what the quarterback has, or how confident the quarterback is in his playing style with the players that he has around him. It goes all around. I mean, Justin Fields didn't have a great game. The coaching staff didn't have a great game, a great game. The defense didn't have a great game. Nobody legitimately had a great game this past weekend, and it's just the feeling that we are right now. It's 7-3, and you call for a screen pass. Come on, you have all those weapons. Exactly. I mean, there was no. I mean, we didn't have the reaction show on Monday, but my sincere question was, I mean, wasn't the offseason that we traded for DJ Moore, right? That was my reaction.
Yeah,
Two
two
targets for
targets,
23 yards.
two targets. That can't happen. But that again falls on the offensive coordinator. That falls
Yeah,
on Luke Getsy.
it, there's plenty of blame to go around for week 1. Now we're still talking about this, and we're on Wednesday, and tomorrow's Thursday night football, and yet we're still feeling the way we were feeling heading into this week. To the point where I don't even want to ask this question, but I have to, because just for the sake of the show, who do you have winning? Bears versus the Bucks. What's your prediction for the game on Sunday, CP? Like,
I hope
where's
they
your
prove.
confidence level? And then give me your predictions.
Hope they prove me wrong. But like I said, I like what I saw from the Bucks against the Vikings. They stayed composed even when they were down. They were on Kirk Cousins the whole game.
All
I don't
day.
see why
Mm-hmm.
it would be any different with Fields. If they can turn Kirk Cousins off like that, I can't imagine how they're going to turn Fields over. This looks like another 2 interception game in my eyes. Um, they really locked in on the Vikings running game too. So I don't know. I don't know if the Bears can try to get that going, but they're going to need to. They're like Fields. I'm sorry, but Fields can't throw the ball 37 times. That's not him. That can't
I
happen.
honestly, I would take that, to be honest with you, because if it gives me the opportunity, or it gives me the slight indication that you're going away from the running game of Justin Fields, yeah, you could design a run here and there. But if he throws the ball 30 some odd times, that means he's trying to get the ball downfield, and the Bears are trusting him to go vertically. Whether if the
I'm
interceptions comes or if it comes into touchdowns, I feel like him going vertically is probably the best outcome the Bears can get this weekend.
I was saying the running game in general, not just
Oh,
Justin
that's it.
Fields, but getting the running backs going because, like I said, I saw some decent runs from
Oh,
Foreman. I
Sean
saw,
Jackson.
yeah, Herbert was making some plays. Like I like what I seen from them. Like I saw flashes in Green Bay. Like they're a good defense, but they're not exactly the best run defense around. I feel like
Yeah.
the Bears went away from it so quick because they realized that like Jordan Love is he's slinging it like they're making plays. We're gonna have to make some plays too. And I feel like they got too excited and like went away from it. So what I'm thinking for this week is you're gonna have to try to commit to that running game. And I don't think this will be a super high scoring game. I don't see it being that. I don't know what the Bears defense will look like this week because I did not like what I seen from the Bears defense last
No,
week.
not at all.
Um,
No pass rush.
no
No
pass
nothing.
rush, no turn.
No,
Was there even a turnover? I think there was one turnover.
not one.
Not one turnover. Damn, I thought
Not
we
one
got a
turnover.
fumble. I thought we got a
Nope.
fumble. Dang, man, no turnovers
Nothing.
like that. That hurts,
The
man. Like you're like it's Baker Mayfield now. Like okay, I like what we see from Jordan Love, but now you transition to Baker Mayfield. You gotta try to get a turnover, bro, and make it easier on yourself. I'm probably gonna take the Bucks in a low scoring game, probably like 20-13. But hopefully they prove me wrong. But I don't see this being like a shootout. Definitely not.
nope. Neither do I.
Hopefully the Bears defense play a lot better because if they play the same way they did last week, then Mike Evans and Chris Godwin could probably have a field day. They have weapons on that side. Your only question is the quarterback. So
I am inclining to go towards Chris Godwin for this week in my fantasy football team. I have him in two.
oh, you
So
should. I'm going with Mike Evans. I have him on my team. I'm definitely going with him.
Tony's right with you, man. We're going 0-3 by the fourth game. We're losing this week. He feels like the Bears are losing this week against the Bucks. They're definitely going to lose next week on America's Game of the Week against the Kansas City Chiefs once again at 3:25 in Kansas City. Um, my confidence level. You really want to know my score from where my confidence level is at with the Bears? You really want to know? 34-17.
Damn.
Bucks.
Blowout, huh?
What what my like actual score 24-14.
I was thinking about that at first too. That was the first one that popped into my mind.
Yeah. Nah, my confidence level, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucks put up like a 40 burger. Like that would not that if that
If
happens,
that
I'm gonna
happens,
be pissed.
yeah, I'm with you. Like
I'm
somebody's
gonna
gonna
be
need
pissed.
to get fired, bro. Like whether that be Eberflus, like Fields might get set down for that quarter. What's that backup quarterback behind him?
I don't even know. I don't even know. Tony, I'll put one better for you. The Bears supposedly traded for a number one wide receiver back in April. They only they I mean supposedly they threw the ball to him twice and he got 20 yards. So I'll do you one better on top of that one. Supposedly they traded for the number one wide receiver and he didn't show up in this game either. So I mean, hey, it is what it is, and that's where we're at as Bears fans right now at the moment, man. Low confidence. I think a win would probably get us out of this rut.
Definitely.
Um, a win could do so much wonders. And then if they do end up winning, man, we're facing the goddamn Kansas City Chiefs, bro. Like,
Hey,
we've
but you
had
never
20
know if they win and they go into that game with nothing to lose. You like, like people, everybody's thinking we're gonna get
trap
our
game,
ass kicked.
trap game,
Hey, trap
trap.
game,
No,
those happen.
no,
Hey, the
no, no,
Chiefs
no,
lost
no,
to
no,
the
no,
Colts, man. Chiefs
no, no,
lost
no,
to
no,
the
no,
Colts.
no, 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 no. I can't go. I can't be that fan. I can't be that guy
If
that if
they
we do
win,
win and we have, I just can't. I just can't go
this is
get
not
Nagy.
football league. Anything can happen, Eric. You know that.
I hear you 100%, bro. I really really do. I think if we get a Bears win and another Chiefs loss on Sunday, I think maybe the confidence rises up a little bit. But I
But if
have to
they
see.
let's say they beat the Bucks and they somehow pull off a crazy upset over the Chiefs, what's your mindset? That whole Justin Fields thing goes out the window, don't it? You probably be rocking his jersey.
Ooh, no, I don't rock player jerseys, but I think I'll bite my words about what I said about Justin Fields and him being kind of like Mitchell Trubisky esque
Can
so
we
far.
agree on that? If he beats the next two teams, can you wear a Justin Fields jersey on the next show?
I mean, if y'all buy it for me, I definitely would. Because
You
I'm not
work
paying.
it. Come on, bro.
I'm
You
not
literally
paying a
at a
hundred.
sports
I
store.
mean, I know I get a discount for my jerseys, but I'm still not paying over $100 for a jersey.
Oh my god! So
Yeah,
this what it is?
see,
Just being cheap.
see,
Yeah,
I'll get
Mr.
it.
Krabs on the show, y'all.
No, if I do get the jersey, it's the orange one, and that's the one I want to get. And it's I'm not the stick on the gel guy. I know the good quality that we have and what we can get. So if I do, it's gonna be it's gonna be very top dollar. Tony says I'm so pissed that we're going to bed now. See you guys next week.
At
Definitely,
8:30,
we're gonna have.
you got to be very pissed to go to bed at 8:30.
Hey man, make sure you drink a cup of water before you go to sleep, Tony. You should be all right after that. Yeah, man, we're gonna see. I mean, confidence level is at all time low for us for the Chicago Bears as us Bears fans. Um, I'm just hoping. All I gotta say is this: after tomorrow, after tomorrow night, I'm not gonna worry about football. I got my brother's wedding this weekend. You know, congratulations to my brother and Sarah.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna be lit from Thursday night all the way Saturday, and then see how I wake up Sunday. If I wake
And
up Sunday on a great mood, hopefully the Bears can switch it for me. You know what I mean?
all I can
Um,
say is don't get blown out. Like don't get dead like
don't
you
get blown
did
out.
in
Yeah.
week one. Like if you lose like 20-17, like okay, we can still have some type of hope. But if you go in there and you get blew out again, then it's like
If you
okay.
lose by the original score line when my confidence level is at 37-14 or something like that, yeah, this is gonna be a whole different show on Monday for sure if that
Skip the
happens.
Chiefs game.
Woo! I think I'll just be rocking Cubs gear from here on out since they're in the pennant race before I rock any Bears gear. To be honest with you, thank you to CP. I appreciate you for hopping on, bro. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Fuck you, Sulu. Fuck you. Fuck
Go
you, Sulu.
back,
I love you,
go.
bro. Hope you're doing well, but fuck you, bro. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, John. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, everybody, for hopping on and liking our show. Except for Sulu. Sulu, you can just keep that negativity and that vibe over there with you back up in Wisconsin, bro. I love you, but keep it up there. I'll see you in the last game of the season. Hopefully, we're a lot better or possibly a lot worse. Who knows by then?
Hopefully.
Monday we'll have our reaction show for the Bears game on Big League Chicago. We will have a lot of we'll see what kind of show it's going to be. It's either going to be very mellow, very happy, or very ominous and very dark,
Where is
depending on the
Big League
situation on Sunday.
Chicago? Where is that?
Or it's going to be on here. It's going to be on the Star Six Media Facebook page. It's going to be on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. All of that. We're
Oh,
going to
it's
be
the Star
posting up
Six
live.
page.
Yep. Star Six Media. It's also going to be shared under the John Konavi Facebook page too as well. You can join us. Make sure you guys like and join all of our shows. Share all of our shows too as well. The John Konavi the JCA Sports Podcast under the John Konavi Facebook page and under the Star Six Media Productions. For me, Eric Allen, my boy CP, I appreciate you, man. Do I face you this weekend? I think I face you this weekend, don't I?
I thought I faced Jose.
Oh no, you know what? I face John. That's who I face.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I
That's who I
faced
face.
Jose this weekend.
Fantasy football. If there's one thing that keeps me a little bit happy outside of the Bears, is fantasy football, man.
Literally the only thing keeping me together.
That's the only thing, man. Chris Godwin or DJ Moore for Sunday? Who do you think? I got them both in my
Chris Godwin definitely.
for real at this point,
Baker
right?
seems to be building like a hard chemistry with him. He just gets open more than Evans does. So
100%.
definitely him.
Yep. For myself, again, Eric Avila, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate each and every one of you. We will see you on Monday for our reaction show Monday for Bears Bucks. Go Bears. Go Bears. Please prove me wrong. Go Bears. And we will see you next week. See ya.